I'm recording now.
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
This will be on YouTube forever.
Nice to meet you.
You will be able to look this up when you're 35.
Oh, I need to follow your YouTube channel.
Huh?
I need to follow your YouTube channel.
Yeah. Well, I have a school one and I have one that's personal. Once you graduate, maybe you can have access to my personal. All right. But for now, it's just the school one.
Personal, but I don't want
Your
that.
dog is very cute, Mr. Novo.
Yeah, she was beautiful, man. Oh, do you want to hear the story of how smart this dog was?
Yes.
This is one of those smart dogs.
I gave her red eyes.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you a story once we get going a little bit. Okay. So some of the first things you could do on this, obviously, right, is a simple edit. What do you guys see that's probably not good?
So box at the right.
What is that? Anybody know? Did you zoom in?
Oh, it's
It's a video thing.
It's an old school stereo. Yeah. I had that for years. That has a CD player. It has dual tape decks. I had to throw it away. It eventually just stopped working. I still have the speakers, I think. The speakers are like separate. Anyway, so one of the first things we can do here, I'm not going to do any image sizing for now. We're just going to crop this out and we're going to make it a tall crop. So we're going to get the crop tool, right? And remember what I said, when you're using the crop, you can use that control button. But let's do a tall vertical one like this, just like this, something like that. Kind of center the chair. Look at the spacing between here and there. Something like that's good. Just hit enter. All right. Number one rule of Photoshop. What do we do with this locked layer?
We unlock it.
Now,
Copies.
Now, let me show you something that it came up in the morning class. Now, some people say, why do I have to do that? I've seen YouTube videos where they don't do that. Now, here's an interesting thing, right? For example, if you were using, you don't have to do this, just follow along. One of the simplest, most common selection tools in Photoshop is the lasso tool. I'm sure some of you guys have seen how that works, right? There's a lasso tool, yes? Watch this. The reason you want to always unlock this or make a copy is, for example, if I was doing a selection and trying to cut out the black and I did it manually with the lasso tool, everybody see that? Right? And I say, oh, I'm going to delete that. And you hit delete. It won't do anything. It actually thinks you're trying to fill it with a content aware tool. And the reason is because it's locked. Right? So a lot of people start, oh, it's stuck, no, it won't do anything. It won't let me delete. Why? Because you never unlock the layer. Watch, as soon as I unlock it and I hit delete, now it lets you cut away background or whatever you select, right? So a lot of people say, oh, why do I have to do that? I don't see that. There's a reason, right? So once you unlock it, it's fully editable. All right, everybody got that? All right, so if something's not working, always check to see if you unlocked the layer or named it. All right, I'm going to call this original. Always misspell it. Command J a couple times. Reminder too, I like to lock my copies and turn them off. That way I know I'm not going to mess them up. Right? I know I'm not going to mess them up. And then I select my top layer. Cool? Everybody there? All right. Again, you'll have this video. All right. So zoom in a little bit on this photo. Zoom in on little Apollonia's face. Right? Cute little dog. Huh, it almost looks like this got cut out with Photoshop. It's kind of fake there, but it's not. Yeah, it's a non-edited photo. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, when you zoom into it on your computers about this close, like I have mine, does the image look sharp?
Yeah.
Really? Look at it close.
Oh, like really close?
Yeah, I mean, like how I have it zoomed in and look at it on your computer. Do you see all the little individual hairs really clearly, or are they a little bit fuzzy? They're a little bit fuzzy. Now, every photo has what we call a focal point. Now, typically with cameras, it's usually some of the stuff sticking out in front. What do I mean by that? Say you're taking a photo of somebody and they're sitting on this chair. And by the way, does this chair look familiar?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been using it.
Thing.
Yeah, I think I told you guys the story, right? This chair is probably over 125, close to 150 years old.
Wait, really? Oh God.
Yeah, Anyway,
That's not scary.
and it came from my family, you could say. All right. Anyway, if you look, right, if you think about it, whenever I took this photo in 2000, whatever, 3 or whatever, what is sticking out the farthest and closest to the camera lens? The nose, right? Maybe even the feet. Do you guys see the feet?
Yeah.
How about the edge of the chair where the feet are? What do you guys think? Those are the farthest, most in front parts of this photo, right? And if you zoom in, it's actually sharper somewhere around here. I would say like the edge of the chair, maybe even where the feet are, right? That's probably the most sharpest detailed areas. It's definitely not the face. So the focal point of this photo is off, right? For whatever reason when I took the photo. But here's the cool thing. And I know we talk about this and a lot of you guys, we haven't been able to really print stuff out and see differences in well output photos. But I guarantee you, if you ever do any kind of photography for events, and in your future, we've talked about this, some of you guys might want something printed out. Some of you guys might want a t-shirt made with a photo like from an event, right? Some of you guys might want like for your wedding, if you ever get married, a beautiful poster size photo of you and whoever you marry, right? And you want something really well done, right? What if you're a designer somewhere later and you're actually working on books or magazines that still get printed? You want the best image possible, do you not? Right? And say this is the only image you have, right? I know in the day of digital files, that's probably not the case, but it is possible. So check this out. Look how quick we're gonna do this. You're gonna get the brush tool, right? We're gonna do a quick mask mode. You're gonna go to your brush size. Doesn't matter the size, hardness must be 0. You click back on the little brush icon that toggles you in and out. You're gonna zoom in on the face, Command+, use your space bar to move it around. I'd say like that. Go down to the bottom of your toolbar and select the quick mask mode button. That's this one, right? Make sure you're on your top layer selected, top layer selected. Click on it. It'll highlight that layer kind of reddish. It'll tell you at the top of your document that you're in quick mask mode there. You see it? Get this out of the way. See, it says quick mask. And you're going to make a small brush. How do you make the brush smaller? Everybody?
Brackets.
Brackets. Oh, man, you guys are on it, man. The morning class was like half asleep.
Oh my gosh, is that Edgar?
Really?
Edgar.
What?
Oh, where you come from?
Oh, my phone's dead, man.
All right. Edgar, welcome. So check this out, guys. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge on this one. I'm just going to kind of go inside the ears a little bit like this. And right about here with a little snout, you can, it kind of differentiate where the thing is. Thank you, sir. Right here on the nose for sure. But you don't want to go too far on the edges. And then when you get to the middle, you make the brush bigger to paint this in real quick. See how I went on the edges, right? And again, you don't have to go to the extreme edge of the ears just like this. And then a little bit here on these whiskers like that. Oh, if you look, one side she's got dark whiskers, one side she's got light whiskers because of her little color. Isn't that cool? So I'd say about like that. Remember, we don't want any coming off into the black. All right, quick mask mode. All right, everybody got that?
Yes.
Okay. This, yeah, no, just watch. So believe it or not, I back in the early days in the 90s when you were trying to learn Photoshop, especially for photography, which I really liked and enjoyed and did a lot. There wasn't a lot of free content yet on the internet. There was no YouTube. It wasn't there. And I literally paid a photographer from Florida for a whole like a lesson on CD, right? I think I split this with a buddy of mine. It was probably like $250, and we split the cost and we got these DVDs and we learned some of these techniques. These are pro techniques, still work today. All right, so everybody got that? Now click back on the quick mask mode button and that activates our selection, right? Yes. But remember, when you do this, it's everything else but. So you got to do that Shift Command I. That's good practice. Shift Command I. Now only the head should be selected like this, right? Remember, if it's like this, when you first click it, it's everything else but. We want Shift Command I and only the head. Now watch, I'm gonna zoom in, check this out. This is the correct way to do sharpening. A lot of people go straight to sharpen. No, you go to filter, sharpen, and the best one for this kind of stuff is called unsharp mask right here at the bottom. All right. Unsharp mask. Now, threshold, you don't usually want it any more than 3. This is from the morning class radius. I can lower that. I'd say 4 on radius. And look at the amount. Now, here's where you have to be careful. This is a little preview window, but you can see that it's kind of sharpening it up a little bit. What do you guys think? You see it? It's hard to see up on the monitor, but on your screen, you should be able to see it. If you're not seeing it happen, maybe you don't have the inverted selection, right? You should have done that Shift Command I. Only the head should have been selected. Now, here's the problem with unsharp mask. You can overdo it, and it'll look weird. It'll look textured. There's a fine line, and then you'll get some noise. There's a little bit of noise going on here, right here on the whiskers, see? So you got to be careful. So I'd say somewhere around here. And look, you can click the preview on and off. It's very subtle, but once you do it, you can definitely see that the pixels have been kind of realigned and sharpened a little bit. Even the eyes, they look a little cloudy and fuzzy before. You click it, and you get a simple unsharp mask for sharpening. This actually works very well on people too, and we'll do that in a few minutes. So you really can't tell the difference. Check this out. You turn this on and off, and you can see the difference. Now, a lot of people say, no, well, what's the big deal? Well, again, you guys haven't had the opportunity to work where you're doing a lot of photo editing for books, for magazines. Again, say you have your own business where you do wedding photography and you want your images to be the best, and for whatever reason, you or whoever you hired to take photos, and the best shot of the bride and groom or whatever is blurry, right? And you can do this in about 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, and fix it and have a decent photo. Yes? No?
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Noble,
Yes.
what is the threshold again?
What's that?
What's the threshold?
Oh, that is just another parameter on there that you can manipulate, but I would not go higher than 4 because then it just gets fuzzy. Yeah, it's basically the computer, I think the word is interpolating around the pixels and trying to make sense of them.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
How do you,
What happened?
how do you like unselect?
Command D. Deselect, yeah, Command D. All right, so I know that wasn't like, oh my God, you blew my mind, Noah, but we're getting there.
What?
All right.
I actually kind of looked through my mind.
Yeah, and I'll show you how it really
I
works.
thought it looked nice before, but I'm like, I can't go back.
Yeah, no, yeah. And again, I wish we had the big printer working. You guys could see the difference, right? And again, for photographers that go for sharpness, it's all about the sharpness, right? And I'll show you guys a trick right now with the girl picture that you're going to edit. All right, so that's one of the things that you can do, right? Just one of the many things that you could do. All right, so I'm going to file save as. I'll call this one Apollonia 2. All right, always save as PSD first. Now, what are we gonna do next? I think that's it for this one. Okay, so let's hit save. You guys ready for the next one? That was very basic.
What do we do after we're done with the image? Because I was hoping that.
Just save it. Yeah, save as PSD. I renamed it. I put Apollonia3.psd. Cool. All right. And again, not a big deal, but you can definitely see the difference.
Close up, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
PDF.
And believe it or not, you can use the same technique to blur something or do a motion blur. Let me see if I have this. I might have it with me. Oh, do I have it? No way. Why are you crying?
No crying, Grandpa.
Why are you crying? Okay, so let's minimize that one. Now this one should be interesting because I like doing this kind of stuff. So let's go to open, and we're going to open up one from the folder that says for you to edit. Everybody looking?
Yes.
And it's the one with my friend Lisa, number 130, DSCF 0130. Very nice photo.
Oh, it's silly.
Uh-huh.
Wait, hold on, give me a second. I only have to raise these up right now.
All right, so
I accidentally opened up
hopefully you didn't resave it, huh?
I somehow opened up Adobe Bridge. I'm not completely sure how.
It's all right.
You click Command Shift. Oh, not Command O.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna force with that.
yeah. You guys ready? Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, so if you notice in the assignment, it asks you to edit 3 photos. Now this one I'm kind of giving you for free. You can play around with it. I'm gonna go a little bit fast because I don't want you to exactly do what I'm doing, but I want you to experience some of it at the same time. And I want you to experiment. You'll see what I mean. So one of the first things you can do with any photo in Photoshop is manipulate pixels, right? That's what we're doing. Now, please listen to this. There's non-destructive and there's destructive editing, right? Anybody ever heard of this?
Yeah.
Okay. So non-destructive means you're using all of Photoshop's skills and filters and stuff to not really mess with the actual image. They're just filters, adjustment layers. I'm going to show you right now. And then there's destructive, which means if you use the eraser or you use a regular brush and you paint right on it, you're destroying pixels, right? It's like spray painting something or scraping off paint, right? That's destructive. You actually manipulated them, and if you close the file, you're not going to get them back. Does that make sense? I'll show you the 2 kinds. So number 1, let's click here. Call this original. Original, sorry. Command J a couple times. Turn these off. Lock it. Turn them off. Select the top layer. Everybody forgets to select the top layer. All right. So one of the first things you can do is, what if you wanted to make this look black and white? Right? Some people say, well, select all of it and do that Command U thing you showed us, Noble, and you manipulate it, Command U, and you take out all the saturation, right? Cool. The problem with that is I literally did take out the color, and I really couldn't adjust it more than that, right? Whatever contrast I have here, now I got to do another thing to mess with it. So I don't want to do that. Command Z. Here's what we're going to do. And everybody needs to learn these. Under layer, we have what we call adjustment layers. Right here, new adjustment layer. Layer, new adjustment layer. These are some of the best tools. I don't care if you go to YouTube, you're going to see that I'm not lying to you. Adjustment layers is the way to go. If I wanted to do a black and white version, I just select this new adjustment layer, black and white. It says okay. And now it automatically put a filter right above that simulates black and white photography. Now you even get right here, this window will pop up called properties. And these are the controls. Now notice they're in color. Why? Because this photo and all the copies are still in color mode in RGB, right? But when I select it, I can actually manipulate it a little bit to get a little bit more contrast. Now, some of them are not going to cause anything. Check this out, see? And you kind of mess with them to get like a cool looking image. Some will not affect it, like there's very little green in there, so it's not manipulating it. And remember, this is just a filter, right? So it looks pretty nice, right? I made it look dark. Look, her image is kind of like blending into the background there, right? Maybe that's a little too dark up on the screen, so I'm gonna go like that. You want some of the highlights still, that's pretty good right there. Everybody good? Yes? All right. So what's cool about that is it's not permanent. Look, I just turn it on and off, but I gave you the illusion that it's black and white, and I was able to adjust it a little bit. That's one of the quickest ways. If you go to YouTube and you look up videos on how to convert color photos black and white, this is going to be one of the first options, I guarantee you. All right. This is universal. You need to know it. Notice there are other adjustment layers in there. You can try these later. I'm not going to do that right now. Even levels, curves, that could help you. Check this out if you do that. Check it out. There's curves. Now this one, it'll help you adjust some of that, whatever the color you're doing. You do a slight S curve. That's more high contrast. Ooh, that looks nice, right? And guess what? If you were to save this as a JPEG, it'll save like that and it'll print very nice. All right. That kind of brought up the contrast. Okay. And again, not permanent. I can turn it on and off. Look. Cool. And there's the original one, non-destructive. Everybody got that? Yeah. Non-destructive. I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it on my computer. Lisa.
Lisa.
Yeah. That's her name.
Oh,
Huh?
nothing,
What'd you say?
nothing,
Tell me.
nothing.
You think she's pretty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very pretty girl. All right. You guys ready for the next step? Okay, so those are the adjustment layers. Now watch this. Now we're going to do some destructive editing.
Everybody likes that.
All right. So watch, look at the layer I'm selecting. I turned off my two adjustment layers, turn them off. I'm here on this one. And if I were to get the brush and I were to select white or any other color, right? You click right here to select the color. Remember, we don't have fill and stroke. It's foreground and background. And I create a brush tip and I can spray paint. Oh, I don't know. That is destructive. That is literally taking a spray paint can and spraying it all over this. That is permanent. If I save this, I close it, that is permanent.
I mean, you could erase it though.
No, you cannot. It is not on a separate layer. That is literally on that layer.
Wait, you can't erase it?
You cannot. If you save this and close it,
Erase it?
no,
Why?
you painted right on it, like if you painted on this wall. That's why you have a copy underneath. But this is directly on it. Look at your preview. Look at that. That is on there. Now, does anybody know how would I have done that without? It's very simple. How could I do that without messing it up? Anyone?
Use another layer.
Make a new layer. Exactly. Good job. Red spray paint. Right? If I did that, brand new layer. Oops, I didn't make it. Red paint. Oh, I can't even type. Red oak paint. Now, if I get that, it's on its own layer. There's nothing on that layer. Graffitied it, man. Look at that. Now that's separate. You got it? Yes?
Yeah.
All right. So that's destructive. Now watch this. Everybody's like, what? You guys ready? Now notice how I zoomed in a little bit, Command minus, open the window a little bit, right? Command minus, Command plus, but then you open the window so you have room to work. Okay, in photography, those of you guys who like to take photos, especially if you use DSLR or mirrorless cameras, and you'll be learning about this next year if you come back as seniors. A lot of these cameras have what we call aperture and shutter speed, right? So they're two separate controls. Now, sometimes you can control them using those two things to get what we call depth of field. Anybody ever heard of this in photography? Depth of field, and if you've noticed on modern cell phones now, if you go to portrait mode, everybody listening? If you go to portrait mode on your phone and you take a picture of someone or something, do you notice how it automatically kind of blurs the background? Right? Especially if you're like outside and there's a tree behind you, it looks very blurry, but the actual person or whatever's in front looks sharp, right? So you can kind of recreate that, right? Post photo, like say this one, I didn't have it set up that way. Everybody looking? Watch what we're gonna do. Notice how I have zoomed out. I go to my brush. I go to my quick mask mode. Yes. I make a big brush. Make sure your brush is soft, harden to 0. A big brush. Everybody watching? Look at this. And I just kind of sweep across like this. This is quick mask mode. I'm not painting it red, but notice how I'm grabbing a little bit, most of the chair, a little bit over her shoulder right there. I'm gonna maybe cross a little bit over her hair, about like that. And maybe right here where her watch is. You guys see how I sprayed that quick mask mode red? Remember, this is not red paint. Make sure you're in quick mask mode. It should say quick mask up here. Your layer should be kind of highlighted, kind of pinkish reddish. You should have activated it. Yes? Watch this. Now I re-click it. Right? What's selected when I click it?
Her.
Yes. Shift Command I. Now it's everything but her, right? You guys watching? Now watch this. This is all sharp. If I go to filter and I go to blur, this is the one I mentioned in the Schoology. I go to Gaussian. Now, you have to do this incrementally for it to look realistic, like the camera did it. Okay. So what I like to do is I'll go very low to where it's blurring it a little bit. I'd say on mine, about 4.6. I'll start at 4. And I say, okay. All right. You have to do it incrementally. Watch this. And then I go back to filter. Notice how it's already preloaded and it'll do the same amount. All I do is select it up on the top menu.
How do you do it? Incrementally?
Oh, that's what I'm doing. I keep doing it by selecting it over and over. Boom. It does a little bit more. It's very hard to see if you're doing it right. And I'm going to do maybe one more. And one more. That's it. I did, I think, 4. Command D, deselect. Now, in photography, you have to have a photographer's eye, and any photographer will tell you, what did I just do by doing that? Right? You made it very pleasing to the eye, and by blurring the edges and a little bit of the top of her head and all this chair a little bit, what do you focus on even more now? On the person's face, right? And there's something about photography and human beings. We love looking at other people in photography, especially if they're kind of good looking, right? Everybody looks, the face of people is something we all look at, right? Maybe some of us aren't good, like when we talk to people in person, you don't want to look people in the face. Anybody like that? Especially a stranger? No? Looking people in the face when you're talking to them? Yeah, it's tough sometimes, right? But in a photo, man, you're like, wow, that's a good looking human being. I want to keep looking, right? It's pleasing, right? To look at a good looking person in a photo. All right, so now let's zoom in. Do you think the eyes are very sharp? What do you guys think?
No.
I'm going to show you one super pro trick that I learned from that photographer to make any photo. And now you're going to start looking at photography of all the famous people and the Kardashians and all the celebrities, right? And when you see a photo, you're like, how can that person be so beautiful and perfect? It's because it's not true, right? And I hope you guys know this, right? Some of these celebrities have Photoshop people just like they have hair people, makeup people, all right? They make them look perfect. This doesn't matter if it's a product, a person, a dog. You know, there's people that are pet photography people.
Yeah.
They make money taking pet photos. All right. Do people have birthday parties for their dogs?
Yeah.
I guarantee you they have photographers come at the doggy birthday parties and they charge real monies and they make a living. All right. So check this out. Everybody good? Watch what we're going to do. We're going to zoom in on our eyes. Now, this is a trick. You always do the eyes, brush, soft brush, small brush, quick mask mode. Get the eyes inside the eyes, especially a little bit of the eyelash right there. Notice this is when you see your art, when you guys that are in art class and you start seeing how the human face is. They call the eyes, the open eyes, almond shapes. Anybody refer to those, the almond shaped eyes? Yeah. So check that out. You can actually see it's like an almond shape, right? So get the eyes. Now I'm going to make the brush bigger. Just one little tap. Look at the size of my brush. One tap on the tip of the nose. Looks like she's got a cold or something. Hee hee, haha. No. Anyway. All right. I know it's going to look like a clown. Now look. This is. Have you ever seen the photos of models and stuff, and their lip gloss is like glass?
Yeah.
Check this out. Very carefully, get the lips. This was literally taught to me by a pro before any of you guys were born. This is what they do to a lot of model photography. Now, sometimes they overdo it. Some people will go in there and smooth all these pores out. I'm not that type of photo editor. I like to leave some of the texture, right? She's got very nice skin to begin with, right? But a lot of the photos you look, and they look almost glassy, like plasticky. Some people overdo it, but I know this looks weird, right? You ready? Click, activate your quick mask mode, Shift Command I, because right now it's everything else but if you were to zoom out. I know, check this out. You guys ready? Shift Command I, make sure you're doing the eyes. Filter, sharpen, unsharp mask. The trick to portrait photography of people is the eyes and the tip of the nose and the lips. If you can make them, especially the eyes, you can do them separate than the nose and the lips. If you make them look like glass, I guarantee you people will pay for your photos. They'll be like, how do you make the eyes look so amazing? This is one of the tricks. When the eyes look like glass, they really pop out. Human beings really look at images with people with their eyes. You can even see inside the eye. There was a photographer back in the late 80s, 90s, even 2000s when I worked at Helen of Troy. Too bad Kel's not here. When I worked at Helen of Troy, listen to this, and I gotta find one of the pictures. This photographer, you know what their trademark was?
What?
If you notice, I used a soft box. We have some of these here. It's like a big box with a light in it and a flash, right? That photographer would stand in front of the light box and you could see their silhouette in the catch light reflection of the person's eye. That was like the photographer's signature. You could see their silhouette, right?
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So here you can see, this is actually the shape of my softbox that I used to shoot these photos. But check this out. Look at how the eyes got glassy when you do that. You guys see it? You should be able to see it on your computer. And that really makes this like pop. Command D once you're done. And look at the before and after. Look at it, even up on the screen, I can see it. And it really makes the photo just stand out. Now I'm going to zoom out. Here's also a trick when you're doing photo editing. You guys ready? And you're in a nice dark room and you got your monitors calibrated. If you type the letter F, this is what we call matte mode. And you can really isolate anything else around the image so you can concentrate. This is what photographers, high-end photographers do. They don't have all the tools and everything sticking out. If I get rid of my rulers, Command R, watch. F, F. And you get a solid black screen so you can concentrate on the image.
Oh.
What do you guys think?
It's cool. I like it.
Guys, this is literally polishing a photo little by little, making it just perfect. I'm not even showing you guys how to like get the clone mask tool, the clone tool and edit out a zit. No, this is just when you have a good photo to start with, little minimal things you can do to really make the focus the person's face, right? Now, that took us probably a good half an hour, right, to get to all the things. Once you get this done and you have it down, you could probably do this in 5 minutes. So a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to go do all these YouTube videos. No, 5 minutes, you're done. And you have an awesome photo. All you did was blur a little bit on the bottom, unsharp mask the eyes and the lips and the nose, right? And already the image pops and looks a lot nicer. I guarantee you this will print like nice. All right. People will pay you money for this kind of stuff. All right. Now let's hit save, Command S. We're almost done. Cool. You guys ready? Yes? No? All right. All right. So in the assignment, some of them it says, I need you to download some textures and maybe a picture from unsplash.com. Everybody should know how to do that. Watch what we're gonna do. This is so cool and so simple. You ready? So we got this cool photo. All right, it's nice. Yeah, you polished it up, Noble. It looks nice. You concentrated on the face, right? And it would probably be a beautiful print or even posted on a website, right? Some nice photography. Good job. All right, but now watch. Let's go to the interwebs. And we go to wild textures. Now in photography, I don't know if some of you guys who are into photography, I can't remember how you say it, but there's this word, bokeh, right?
Okay.
Have you seen this? You guys know what I'm talking about? It's like when there's light in a photo and you get like lens flares or out of focus lens flares. Like these are sometimes created by lights, like sometimes like in nighttime photography, right? You get this kind of weird looking, some people call them like orbs if they see them in a photo, right? But believe it or not, all camera lenses, even on your phone, they're multiple lenses and they can create these kind of effects, right? So I clicked on this one and you can see how you can use it. I'm gonna click on download. It's gonna load up in the page. Remember this website, the best way to do it is let it load, hit save image as. I already have it here once. It's gonna replace it, that's fine, right? I literally downloaded that. I go back to Photoshop. I can drag and drop it from my downloads, or I can open it, Command O. I'm just gonna show you this way. Right, open it its own layer, its own image, in its own file. And then I have the two across from each other. I'm sorry. And then remember, you can drag and drop a whole layer into another photo. Boom. Now watch this. You guys see it? To transform or rotate it, I could have gone up to layer, image and rotate, or Command T, transform. I'll rotate it. Hold down my shift to have it snap. I'm gonna scale it. I'd say about there. It can overlap, right? That's why I zoom out. A lot of people say, why are you doing that? Well, because I can see what's on the edges here. See? Remember, it's not like Illustrator. You can't put stuff here, but it does exist beyond those boundaries. Hit enter. Everybody there?
No, I'm a little behind.
All right, what happened? Where do you need? Right here? Did you open this one? Did you open this one? Did you get this downloaded?
Oh, it's not shipped. Oh my god.
You got it?
I did it again.
All right. What do you need help with? It's okay.
Oh, okay.
You got it?
I,
You want me to go back a step? Like how I got it from its own file to here?
no. I should be able to get that. I don't.
All right. Okay. So here it is. Look, it's on its own layer. And I'll come back. It's on its own layer, right? I'm going to make a copy of that. Command J. Turn one off. You'll see what I'm doing. So some of the first things you could do to incorporate this texture are your basic blend modes. Remember, these are non-destructive. And they'll just mix different ways. Right? I'm not even doing anything except selecting. And you have to think about what it is that you want it to look like. Some are going to look cool, some are not. But I'm going to choose one that kind of lets her image through like this. I like screen and I like light. Ooh, this one shows. What's that? Pin light? Oh, pin light. You're right. I like that one. I'm going to go with Edgar's suggestion. Pin light. Now, I'm not doing any crazy masking right now. I'm doing destructive. That means basic editing, like using the eraser. A lot of people don't like to do that, but you can. Watch this. Everybody looking? So I did a pin light mode, blend mode on that layer. Now I go to my toolbar and simply the eraser, E. It's okay to use destructive stuff. Check this out. I already have a soft brush, yes, right? From my previous stuff, it's a soft brush, hardness 0. And I just lightly tap. You can also control how much comes out. See right here, opacity and flow. You can mess with those. And I just kind of tap lightly right there, like around her face. I can make the brush smaller. Like I just want a little bit of her to show through. Look. That is literally erasing some of those things. Just enough for her to show through, right? That's a basic edit with an eraser. Did I actually erase? Yes, I did. And that's okay. A lot of people do like all these crazy masking things and stuff. No, just use a little eraser. It's fine. Everybody there? Cool. Pin. Yeah, Edgar suggested that one. All right, you guys ready for some weird stuff? All right. How many ever saw this movie Alita? What's the rest of the name of the title? Huh?
I don't know.
She's like a synthetic
Like
cyber person, right? Like her brain is real, like she's a real person, but the body's made by that scientist guy, right? But did you notice the eyes? Yeah, did you notice the eyes? How they looked almost anime? They were like too big. Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Watch this. I'm gonna go to the layer. I'll turn this one off. I'm gonna go to the layer where we sharpen the eyes. Yes? Yeah? Watch this. Quick mask mode again to the rescue. Brush. Quick mask mode. Now I want a perfectly round quick mask mode. I'm gonna center right on the eye, on the iris and pupil. Boom. Boom. A couple hits. I'm gonna do one at a time. Filter. Distort. I'm gonna use pinch. Some people use sphere eyes. I'm gonna use pinch. Watch this. Am I on the right layer? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. No, I'm on the right layer. Why didn't that work? Oh, I never activated it. Sorry. There. Shift Command I. I never activated it. My bad. Shift Command I. That's why I didn't do anything. Right? So I only have this selection area selected. Watch this. Watch this. This distort, pinch. I forgot to select the layer. It's okay. Why is it not doing it? Why don't I see it? Hold on.
Oh my God.
What? What happened?
I'm using it.
Okay, watch this. Let me do that again.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, hold on. Filter. I don't know why it's not working on mine. Distort, pinch. Let's see. Why did it activate? That's weird. Hold on, something's going on. It better not be glitchy.
I mean, it's doing its own.
Huh?
It's doing its own.
Better not be. Oh, there. It's working now. Check this out. Check this out. Watch here. Watch there. Oh, I have it selected opposite. Hold on, hold on. I messed up. Shift Command I. Check it out. Check it out. Filter. I had it wrong. I had it wrong.
It's okay. It happens.
Check it out. Here it goes. This is what I wanted. Look at this.
Oh no.
Slight anime eyes.
So much worse.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
Wait, wait,
Oh.
wait. Once we're done.
You're
I
right.
know.
Once we're done, hold on. Everybody calm down.
Wait, you're right.
What?
No.
I mean, it kind of looks like. Come on.
This is fun with Photoshop. Hold on. You'll see once we get this distort. Oh, what happened there? Oh, Shift Command I. I forgot Shift Command I. Everybody calm down. Now you don't want to overdo it because then it looks weird. Too weird. It's just subtle.
That's a little overdone.
Hold on.
Oh, that's
Hold
right.
on.
Oh my gosh, I'm down.
Huh? Shift Command I. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, it does look cartoonish, I do agree.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not anime.
There, I think I got it just right.
Mr. It looks like.
Hold on. All right, so I bring that back. Oh, that's weird looking. All right, so I got some anime eyes going. All right, I'm gonna save. You guys ready? Watch this. Watch this, watch this. I'm gonna go to Illustrator. Everybody looking?
Yes.
Don't forget Illustrator is your best bud. Check it out, circle. Anybody draw a circle in Illustrator?
No, but sir, we're like way behind.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even know you were on
Check it out.
But sir, we're trying to figure out ways.
It's okay, I'm gonna come help you, don't worry. Look at this, blue circles.
Oh my gosh, how much of these do I have open?
Everybody look. If anybody can draw circles in Illustrator. Oh, dang it. Hold on. Check it out. At an angle, Command D. Zoom out. Select all those. Make another copy like that. We're making a texture. Everybody looking?
Yes.
Copy. Come back to Photoshop. Paste. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to come help you. Don't worry. Watch.
Stop it.
We're just kind of putting stuff together, slapping it together here. Do a nice texture. Hit enter. It's okay. Command J. Do some of these blend modes. Look at this.
I believe in you.
Blend modes. Ooh, I like that one. Oh, that's it. Divide. I like divide. I'm gonna come in, do the eraser. It's all right. You're concerned?
Yes.
Why are you concerned?
Look at.
Do a little bit of erasing. All right, everybody there?
I did not make.
We're doing, check it out. We're doing a composite. So
What's it mentioned?
look, that's my Illustrator circles. That's my bokeh image from the internet. Here's the image of the girl with the anime eyes. You guys say it's too much? Okay, I'll come. Command D. Command D.
I forgot how to use Illustrator.
Oh. All right, everybody watching, you know what? I gotta make this eye a little smaller. It's too little. It's too big.
That's
Check it out.
What was it? To do like.
You already forgot?
Yes. Sir.
Shift Command I.
No, not that.
Filter, pinch. No, I'm doing something else. Start pinch. All right, a little bit smaller. That's better. See, that's just subtle. You know there's something up, but you don't know what. Okay, now watch this. Now watch this. Everybody watch. Everybody watching? We go to filter. I'm on the girl's photo, right? Original copy 2. Liquify. You guys watching?
Yes.
Liquify. Get the little finger thing here, and you start messing.
I agree.
Someone's making an alternate ID. Let's go.
Oh my God, Mister, what are you doing? This is a cursed image.
Say okay.
No, don't say okay.
Yes, check it out. We're being creative. We're being artists.
Sir.
Look, you can't even tell once you turn everything on. It's an illustration.
Oh,
Save.
God. Okay.
No, it's not.
I did not do all that, but that was.
It's
All right.
the anime eyes are not
Watch
there.
this. Watch this. Last step. In photography like this, or even art, and we kind of did it when we did our. Did we do some printouts here of our pictures when we went walking? Like, yeah, it was an assignment, right? Where you did the whole digital mat, right? So there's this thing called the vignette. I don't know if we talked about. Yeah, the vignette. Right, I'm gonna do a manual one. You can do one with some masking. I'll show you guys that later. I'm gonna do a brand new layer. I'm gonna call it vignette. I'll put it at the very top. At the very top, you flip your colors around, make sure the fill color is black or something very dark. You can even make a reddish black like that, right? Option delete fills that whole layer. Look, it's a top layer that was blank and I filled it with black, right? Option delete to fill it with black in the foreground. Now I come in with a big eraser. Huh?
Option delete is not working.
You have to be on the layer with nothing on it.
It's still not working.
Okay, select all, Command A, and then Option delete. See if that does it. Command all, select all. Command A, Option delete. Option delete.
Option delete. Oh,
You got it?
yeah.
It filled it with a foreground color. Right? So check this out. Now I come back and I erase it with a big giant eraser. Everybody looking? It's gonna give it this cool dark edge effect or vignette effect. And then I put the vignette on a multiply. Oh, look at that. Command J. Ooh, that's interesting. What?
Okay, mine is way too much.
No, what?
No,
You don't like it?
I don't like the eyes.
I lowered it.
It's too much. But
Still too much.
Perfect.
Human faces were meant to be like that.
It's slight. It's slight.
Meant to be
It's like
Like an elf.
imagine if everyday life just, converted to anime. And,
Human
like everyone
face-
closes their eyes
Mister,
and
you
they're
gave it
happy.
elf ears.
Human faces were meant to be destroyed.
I think.
When you're happy, everyone closes.
Look at that. That looks nice.
No,
Look
Every
at
time to kill someone.
that's an illustration.
it is.
That could be in a magazine, a book. Huh?
Mister, you should show this to Lisa. How about that?
Nah, she lives.
Exactly.
she lives in Albuquerque now.
Email it to her.
She's married and has a family.
Email it.
Oh, shoot. Mister, no.
I had my shot, guys. I had my shot. No,
No, email this
Mister
to
has
her. Just for no.
she was a
reason.
sweet girl.
Okay.
Very
Mister,
nice.
no, no. Stop. You're recording.
What? What did I say? No, you don't like the anime eyes?
Love it.
Do you really think they look too weird?
No,
The eyes?
love it.
Guys, he's getting self-conscious. Stop.
No, I think they're fine. All right, if you want a nice boring one, there you go.
No, it's not the anime eyes. Mister, it's more your style.
And then you know how I liquefied the head and stuff. You really can't tell once you add all the stuff. But you just,
What's the point of liquefying?
but it makes it look different. Like, watch, I could even copy that, Command J, and make like a double exposure. Watch this one. I'm gonna.
Yeah, work out.
Oh my
Oh my God.
She had one job.
Oh no, stop.
Mister, no, you are.
Yeah.
no.
I love it.
There you go. It's doubled up.
Oh no.
How do you like that?
No.
Huh?
It looks like the grime's supposed to.
Yeah, guys, I'm trying to teach you guys how to be creative with this. Look at
Guys.
all I did was make a copy and move it. That's it.
E.T.
Mom, I want Lisa. We have Lisa at home. Lisa at home.
Oh, look at some of these blade modes. Oh, look at that one. Look at the eyes.
I don't like it.
No, it's blending with the one underneath that the eyes are normal. Look at this. Watch. Which one was it?
Oh God.
Lighter. Look at that.
Look at you wearing.
That's just like by accident. Look at the eyes. Oh, what a trip. Yeah. Look at that. Ooh, look at it. It's like an eye within an eye.
Like alien eyes.
That's so cool.
It's like a glitch.
Yes, it's a matrix.
She looks like she just got shot or like a gamma wave. Like, oh my god.
Looks like she's having a stroke, seizure, and freaking diet for all that was.
Who knows?
You guys are no fun, man.
I
Oh!
love them.
Did you see that one? Look.
Oh.
I like how it keeps the eyes.
Yes.
That is so perfect.
That is another dimension right
That is
there.
actually hilarious.
I love it.
Oh, subtract works good too. Oh, that is so cool.
You should
Oh.
totally give that to Lisa and say that's you.
Send it. Send it. Send it to Lisa.
Mr.
No, she would never talk to me again.
Does she still talk to you?
No.
Then why does it matter?
You got nothing to lose.
No.
Mr. Number.
Look at that. That is so cool. Look at that. All right. Okay, so that's kind of what I want you to play around with. Now, this is important because a lot of students in the morning class are trying to turn stuff in. So I want you to do an edit, right? Everybody look right here. So if you did this right and you saved everything how you should have, right? All right, listening.
Maybe. Maybe not.
You guys are having fun now, right? Messing with this. So check this out. This is what I want. Don't turn in a JPEG. Don't turn in a PSD. All I want is for you to have what you finished with, like this one. You guys see it? And then you go to File, Open. This will be recorded. You go to your photos you must edit. You open up the original one, which was this one, the 130, right? And you put them next to each other like this. Command minus, very simple. And show me the before and after like this. Right? You see it?
This one or of a different?
Whatever one you guys do. Now, this one we worked on together. I would hope that you did something different. If you want to turn this one in, you did something cool, that's fine. That's one of your three. All right. But I want you to play around with it. Shift Command 4. And you take a screenshot, and that's what you turn in. That's the example I gave you guys, if you see what I posted there. So I want to see a before and after your edit. All right. And it should be pretty different. What we did today, guys, yes, took a little while because we're doing it together. But once you know how to do this, they're very simple things. This was not something super complicated. It's based on the quick mask mode technique, right? We got a free texture from the internet, a high quality one. It's not difficult to get cool looking stuff like this, right? But a lot of people like to make it like very complicated. All right, cool. All right. Any questions? And I'll come help some of you guys. I know some of you guys need help. That's fine. All right, but I just want a screenshot. Show me a before and after. Cool.
All right.
All right. Good job, guys.